Hello, everybody. This is Songwriters Guild Live. Bro Halfhide is your host today. We have Lynn Whitaker from Glasgow, and yeah, we're gonna talk about songwriting, and she's gonna play some of her music. Let's bring her in the show. Hi, Lynn. How
Hi,
are you?
Bo. Good to be here.
Yeah, good, good. So we've already met many times on the open mic session.
Yep.
And
Can't wait to actually get to Amsterdam though and
you
to
should.
experience the open mics there in person.
That would be great.
Yeah, that's
Let,
definitely on my agenda.
let's hope that happens soon. Um, yeah, let's start with a song of yours, and then we can talk about it or talk about where you live and stuff like that.
Yeah, great. We'll just shoot the breeze roll.
Yeah.
You and
What
me.
song? What song you want to start with?
I'm going to sing Let the Beast In.
Let the Beast In. Okay, good.
This is my version of Beauty and the Beast. It tells the fairy tale from a different perspective, in which you're going to hear three voices. You're going to hear from the master, you're going to hear from the heroine, if you like, the mistress of the tale, and you're also going to hear from the serving maid. Once upon a time I lived alone. My chateau, though magnificent, you couldn't call a home. So high stakes in a hand of cards, I won for me a wife, and now she stays with a lady's maid. We three will live a life. Upstairs, downstairs, nothing could be stranger than the wild, wild goings on in my lady's chamber. Come fluff the fur, I'll stroke the pearl from your throat, and your skin it will sing, let the beast in. I was lost to the beast in a drunk game of cards, the serving girl closer than kin, and the price to be paid was the hand of a maid. So I took off my gloves, I shook and I said, it's too late for that, but oh, let the beast in, go on, let the beast in to your life, let the beast in. My mind it is tainted, my heart is as dark as the earl of hell's waistcoat seen in the dark. Come fluff the fur, I'll stroke the pearl from your throat, and your skin it will sing. My mistress, she asked of me, Mercy, won't you lend a hand, lend a penury? Let's face it, my dear, you ain't getting any younger. It's a small price to pay to satisfy your hunger. I considered our plight, said choose left or right. As I gave her my hand, I knew I was damned, but I do this for love, and I let the beast in. Oh, I let the beast in. Please let the beast into your life. Let the beast in. Mistress and sir are the talk of the town, with the one-handed maid to unbutton her gown. Come fluff the fur, I'll stroke the pearl, your throat and your skin it will sing. Once upon a time I lived alone.
Great. Yeah. So there's already two people that we already know. Rattle Unit and Anita are watching. So welcome everybody to the show. Welcome. So Lynn, there's so many things that we can talk about. Um, let's first talk about the main instrument. I don't believe I've ever seen you play anything else. The ukulele. That's really your instrument, isn't it?
Yes, I took up ukulele. I sort of woke up 2 years ago now, just over 2 years ago, and I had a sudden urge to write songs. And I've had no success with musical instruments whatsoever.
Right.
And I'd seen somebody play a ukulele, and there's something about the ukulele, particularly I think with the female voice, that it just sits very nicely. I can handle this, I've got quite small hands, and I just felt suddenly I had a vehicle from which I could write songs. I mean, I'm no instrumentalist, I don't consider myself a player, but I do consider myself a singer-songwriter. So probably further down the line, I'd really like my material to have a more kind of produced sound rather than be curtailed by my own lack of expertise in ukulele. But certainly for songwriting purposes, I think it's a fantastic instrument. And particularly, I think, for the female voice.
Yeah. So what did you do? What made you decide to suddenly start writing songs? That's how you described it to me. Was there what was the reason?
Well, I was particularly kind of angry and upset by a situation, and I think the way that I processed that was by writing these, some of them absolutely kind of terrible stories of revenge. In these songs where these characters kind of lived out my, kind of aspects of my alter ego. I'm sure most creative people say the same. It's almost as if they aren't my songs, they sort of come through you as if you're giving voice to something else.
Yeah, I recognize that,
So, yeah, it was really it's still strange. I still have to pinch myself and think, oh my goodness me, I write songs, I play ukulele, I perform, because it's all so recent as well. It's in the last 2 years is when I've started building up my own material.
Okay.
I've always performed and been singing songs, and would
right.
confess to writing some poetry as well in my younger days. So
That's good.
I
That's
suppose
good. We all should. We all should. I did that too, and I still love that. And that Rattle Unit says very recognizable.
Yes. Of course, we don't need to subject others to them.
Well, sometimes. I haven't. No. But yeah, you say you've already made music before because you told me that your voice is classically trained.
Yes, I performed for long count of years really with a quartet, and I was a soprano within the quartet, and we did a whole sort of classical repertoire. We did potted operas, and it was a lot of fun, but there is a limit to what you can do with that, and if you're doing classical singing, that has to be your life. You can't really have other hobbies or interests because you really have to devote yourself to that.
Yeah,
So
is it because of is the physical thing is it because you need to train
and you're always watching for coughs and colds and your daily life, I think, has to revolve around your instrument, and it never brought me enough satisfaction as a person to do that. I always felt it was a kind of rod to beat myself with, because sometimes you felt you weren't serving the music, you weren't, good enough, you weren't, Mozart didn't want it like that.
Well, yeah, we project a lot on Mozart though, don't we?
Yeah. And then now and then you just get those few magical performances where something is really, again, it feels as if it's come from somewhere else, and that is what I think keeps people going, isn't it? It's striving in any discipline.
It's true. Yeah, sometimes everything falls together, and then you make a great concert. Yeah.
I suppose because I also didn't particularly, this is going to sound strange, but I didn't particularly like or enjoy my own voice
Oh
in
yeah.
that discipline. Um, and what I feel now is that I'm sort of a rehabilitated singer in that I'm learning to actually enjoy my own voice and the kind of peculiarity of my own voice and not be frightened to use the very bottom end of my voice as
Mm.
well as the top end of my voice.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
loving that. So I think it makes you really how do you say special and unique. Yeah. In
Thank
fact,
you.
yeah. Do you want to do another song?
Yes, please.
All right. What song you
This
wanna
is
sing?
called Unearthly Things.
Oh yeah, I think I've already heard that one once. Right? What is it about?
Well, this is the song this is the first song I ever wrote.
Oh
And
yeah,
this
yeah.
was a song that I felt a kind of very strong compulsion and impetus to write and
Okay,
give birth to.
good.
Please stop wasting all our precious time. Please learn to accept that you're already mine. Learn to let go, learn to give in. You can't be beaten, how can you win? I'll bind you to my bed, squeeze into your soul, I'll slide inside your head, I can make you whole. Those lectures you're arranging, covered still in ice, while we're feeling the city it burned twice. You make the same mistakes, just like I'm the next. You say it ain't broken, you break it so it's fixed. You bound me to my bed, rolled roughshod on my soul. You mess inside my head, I can make you whole. Angel. I reveal your future, your fears, and your lies. I demand the truth from those inscrutable eyes. More excuses now, lessons still to learn. Hearts need unbroken, bridges unburned. I'll climb inside your head, heal inside your soul, rising from my bed. Your angel will unfold. I'll bind you to my bed, I'll beat you with my wings, and long before we're dead, no one ever lived.
Great. I really recognize that song. Love it. You're from Glasgow.
Yes.
I've already had, I believe one. I've had Nico Ev on this show.
Nico is just sublime. She's
Yeah.
superb. One of the
Yeah,
things I've found, I'm talking about kind of being a rehabilitated singer and learning to enjoy your voice, learning to enjoy performing again, is the kind of warmth and friendship and camaraderie on the open mic circuit. It's
Right.
really very supportive, very welcoming, and it doesn't matter what your level of ability or experience. I think you can find a place that is somewhere where you can grow and improve, and I think Nico Ev in particular hosting the open mic has been a big part of that, you know, of bringing myself and other people on by giving them the opportunity and encouragement.
That's great. So that's the Glasgow scene is basically, so what I hear from you, it's a very supportive scene then.
Yeah. Very diverse as well. I mean, you could, and I have friends that do,
Yeah.
you could go out every single night of the week, you know, open micing.
No.
And do like 2 or 3 in the one night.
Two or three every night.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You can just plan your life around it.
I love that.
So we now have just the online substitute at the moment.
Yeah,
we don't have live music yet in pubs.
Not at all.
No,
okay.
It hasn't returned. I think they think it encourages people to kind of lean in closer to each other.
Yeah, it does, of course.
Yeah.
No, I totally. That's basically why I still continue with this as well, because I think that even though there were some movements towards live music, I've played live already, and there's live shows, but for some, I mean, it's still sort of, you know, the small bars. That's basically where we play. They are not very keen on having live music. And that's basically, I think, the real. Look, Rattle Unit says, love the weirdness in a good way. Yeah, I think that has to do with your classically trained voice, and also your subject matter. It's a lot about, I would say, folk stories or
there's often
fairy
a
tales.
Gothic kind of element.
Gothic, yeah. You are. I read in your bio that you are a philosophy doctor, lecturer.
Yes.
Is that something that you can hear back in your lyrics?
Well, I think everybody's life course has got to be present in their lyrics, hasn't it? Yeah. Whether consciously or no, I think that your experiences and your sort of take on things. Sometimes I would say I'm really motivated by kind of literary spurs to kind of my own creativity. The first song I did, Let the Beast In, is inspired by the Angela Carter retelling of Beauty and the Beast, which has the opening line in her short story is, "My father lost me to the beast at cards." And I thought, what sort of card game is this where, you know, this what's at play is a hand in marriage. And then from there I think how ridiculous the phrase "a hand in marriage" is, about how somebody could chop off their hand and give it to, and just, you know, it just sort of, it starts to gather its own crazy sort of impetus from an initial idea.
Right, so you go from one idea to another, and you end up with a very gothic tale.
Yes.
I like that. So you want to do another one of those songs?
Yes. I think I'll do what's often known as the Mermaid Song, but that isn't the title. The title is actually in the song, and in case there's younger listeners, I won't say what the title is. I have occasionally had to perform this as seahorse as opposed to it's
okay, I totally get what you mean. Okay, go ahead.
Captain, you keep your love nailed to a mast of a ship sinking deep in your past. Figurehead, though pretty, is wooden and dull. Still, she smiles sweetly while under the hull the mermaids are singing the billows free. You chose one to torture, that's why you took me. You shouldn't have hooked me, shouldn't have. this mermaid has need of a tale. Hush now, my pretty, I love you legs, and this cup of affliction you'll drink to the dregs. There's beatings on Sundays, it raises morale. Or go join your sisters under the hull. You're not here to sing and I'm not here to dance. Do I look like a man that's in need of romance? If I wanted a wife, I've got one ashore. Instead I chose you to be my seahorse. I talk to the figurehead, I ask the ship's name, where we are going, how she stays sane. She just smiles blankly, I reach for the axe, remind her beauty, it's only a mask. What once was a tree, it now is a stump. What once was a figurehead, now it's a lump of fine oaken wood I can use, I please. If you like wooden women, go chop down more trees. While lashed to the wheel on the night of the storm, she took off my belt and she kept my ass warm, and she took the ship's axe and she cut off my leg, my fine wooden figurehead. Now it's my peg, those mermaids are singing their love songs not free. We're headed to hell now, the sea whore and me, 'cause I shouldn't have took her, shouldn't have failed to notice mermaid has need of a tale. Hush now, my pretty, I'll love your new leg, and this cup of affliction you'll drink to the dregs. There's beatings on Sundays, it raises morale. Or go join my sisters under the hull. We sing by the stars and we howl at the moon. Now you're quite happy to dance to my tune. The name of this ship was a figureheads before, but I have reclaimed it. It is the seahorse.
Yeah, that's great. I love that song. I think this is the best rendition I've heard from you.
Oh, thank you.
You really went for it.
Thank you.
Patty says it's the favorite.
Ah, that's my friend Patty. Yeah, do you know, the song appears to be about fantasy and myth, but probably that song is closer to the kind of the anger and the upset that I felt. That was one of the songs that really has quite a specific meaning to me about being kept as an exotic creature, if you like,
Right.
in somebody's who's not prepared to actually, you know, be just an ordinary person as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's like a metaphor.
Yeah. But it kind of just had an energy of its own, and I do get asked for it often, and that's very gratifying, you know, when you're a new songwriter and you go around open mics and people will say, "Gee's the one about the mermaid," as they say in Glasgow.
Yeah.
So it has become sort of
It's a folk
has
tune
become
almost.
associated with me, which
Yeah. I totally get it.
it's
Yeah,
one
well,
of those songs I'd love to hear someone else singing it.
Oh, yeah, okay. I think, well, Red Unity he says something more like background actors performing your songs.
That would be amazing. I'd love, you know, I'm in my 50s and it's not going to be me that kind of. But I'd love if the songs do have some kind of afterlife that someone can perform them and can take them on and have success with them. I'd love that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't have to be me and my, flawed, very basic ukulele.
Right.
It'd be good to kind of
So
just let them out into the world.
yeah, that's basically that makes you a real songwriter then, huh? That you write songs and you want other people to also play them. That's
That'd be amazing.
yeah. Well, who knows? You should put the lyrics out with chords and stuff. Well, it's probably quite easy.
Yeah, it's very easy because as I say, I'm pretty limited by my own capacities. So
Well, I mean, the vocal capacities are quite huge, to be honest. I don't think anybody can just emulate that. They would have to put a sort of a spin on it. But yeah, for sure. So the ukulele, that's your instrument, like we already discussed it. But
very much so.
yeah, can you sort of
wonderful.
explain what makes it such a good instrument for songwriting for you?
I think because everything's situated in such close proximity,
Mm-hmm.
and even an open strum comes into. It's just, dare I say it, it's relatively easy, but it affords you quite. Should take my cap off again.
Do you use the real like ukulele chords, or is it tuned in like the
No, it's
guitar?
ukulele tuning. I do have a baritone ukulele that is tuned like the top 4 strings of a guitar. But I find that just where my voice sits with it, I haven't written for it specifically yet. I am writing one song specifically to play with my baritone ukulele. And what I found bizarrely was it actually opened up. I don't do any covers because nothing sounds right on the ukulele.
Okay.
But my baritone ukulele, on the other hand, is ideal for doing cover material.
Huh.
So,
Okay. And that has a normal tuning, but then the top 5. So is that like the smallest strings or the?
yes. Easter bunnies get drunk. That's how I remember it.
Sorry again.
Whereas George Clooney eats apples.
George Clooney eats apples, and the other one was?
Easter bunnies get drunk.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so the strings are the other way around then? Or do you start with the smallest string and then you go up?
From my perspective, I actually just use the same shapes on both. Anyway, I have had some ukulele lessons, but as I say, I don't ever envisage me being in any way, shape or form. I'd be happy even to be a competent, player.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I really like the ukulele, so I'm glad that you're playing it. You want to do another song?
Yes. Is that the last song?
It's the last song, and then after that, I want to hear some more about what your plans are and yeah, stuff like that. So
Great.
we're not finished.
Okay.
What song you want to play?
Scabby Queen.
Oh yeah, okay, great.
Scabby Queen is a card game. That's what we call it in Scotland. It's the game where all the cards in the pack are in a pair, except for the Queen of Spades, because the King of Spades has been removed from the pack. Now, I remember playing this game as a child, and even touching this card was as if it was plagued. And it just got me thinking about how the figure of the single woman, the woman whose man has mysteriously disappeared, is a kind of dangerous and unpleasant creature. So this is Scabby Queen. Give me a deck and I'll lay you some cards. Tell you a story about Queen of Hearts, how she shuffled alongside. Jokes in the pack, locked out on a losing streak, but now she's coming back singing, where are my diamonds? Who stole my ace? What's the jump to Jack and Abe doing in my place? Find me a glove, fetch me a spade, and bring to me the King of Hearts with his head upon plate. Shuffle up again and I'll lay a different scene. Queen, mysterious woman, call her Scabby Queen. Seems the king has disappeared, omen of bad luck. Baby, she's a queen of spades, she don't give a find me my diamonds. Fetch me a spade, fly the jump of Jack and Abe. Things got it made, dance with me in diamonds. Take me on a date, but bring to me the King of Hearts with his head upon the plate. Twist or spin, take your pick. Flip me over, face me down, but make your mind up quick. Well, dance with me in diamonds. Baby, don't be late, but bring to me the King of Hearts with his head upon the plate. Deal a different deck, I'll try to tell you more. The lightning struck tower had misery in store, but the wheel of fortune spins about, fate turns around. The empress and the high priestess can try keeping down. Shine for the world, shoot for the moon. There's lovers and there's justice and there's judgment coming soon. So ensure your diamonds, embrace your fate. Bring to me the devil himself with his head upon the plate. Twist or spin, take your pick. Flip me over, face me down, but make your mind up quick. Dive head first down the rabbit hole. You see what I mean? I'm living it up as the queen of clubs, stealing the tarts and the knave of hearts. I'm squeezing the tentacles of the Prince of Pentacles. The King of Spades, he ain't nowhere to be seen. 'Cause I'm that single, solvent, diamond dripping, ass whipping, ace wielding, scandalous, erstwhile Scabby Queen. You'll be for me every week, 'cause I am your Scabby Queen. Bring me your firstborn child to eat. Yeah, 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 'cause I am your Scabby Queen. Scabby Queen, Scabby Queen, Scabby Queen, Scabby Queen, Scabby Queen, Scabby Queen, Scabby Queen.
Yeah, I love that song.
Thank you very much.
Patty says, excellent. And
Ah.
we have a viewer from YouTube, Benjamin of Amsterdam. And he's asking, what's the name of the dog that he sees?
Cooper is the dog. Can you hear him panting in the background?
Cooper.
Cooper.
Cooper. No, I can't hear him actually. Okay, so I have a question. Do you have a tip for us about songwriting? Is there a way that is there something you want to share with us? How you write songs?
Honestly, it would only be the same thing that I think everyone says, and it's about write from your heart. You know,
Mm-hmm.
don't try be clever. Write something that you actually want to write.
Okay.
and that has some kind of meaning. It doesn't matter even if that meaning is frothy bubblegum pop. If that's what you are wanting to do and choosing to do, that's great, you know,
Yeah.
just commit to it and give it a go. And I also think the same thing about using the human voice, that, you know, sort of just own your own voice, for good or ill, sing with your own voice.
Yeah.
And that is the thing that I think touches people and connects with people. And that's the most important thing that we're all trying to do.
That's a good one. It's always good to hear somebody say this, even though I have heard it before. But every time somebody says it, it's like, oh yeah, you're right. You know. So thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it.
Well,
And,
thank you, Ro, for creating this wonderful online space where, you know, it's across the globe now that we can connect with people.
It's amazing.
And it feels very real. It doesn't feel at a distance. You know,
That's good.
I
Good to
feel
hear.
like I could roll up into somewhere in Amsterdam and, you know, oh hi Ro, there you are.
Yeah, we should have like
fantastic
a
thing.
once everything is over, we should have some sort of a big nice meeting.
Yeah,
gonna be fun.
sounds good. Mini festival.
Yeah. Look, Rattle Unit, he's all really glad that you're online anyway. You know, he's a big fan. I know that.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you. I've really enjoyed the opportunity. As
Is
I
there-
said when you first asked me to do it, it is quite a milestone in my kind of evolution as a singer-songwriter.
Good. Well,
to kind of do
I'm
this.
happy to help you. I mean, to help you to be how do you say that, to be
A platform.
yeah, to help you along, or to facilitate. That's what I wanted to say. So, but I'm still very curious about your future plans, or basically, or do you have already music online that people can listen to? Is there something
I
you want
don't
to share with
have
us?
anything at the moment, really. I've been very much a live performer, and I perform in various settings. I co-write with someone as well.
Oh.
So there's another sort of tranche of my repertoire that is co-written, and I feel very exposed, obviously, when it's just me, my voice, my ukulele.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that that's actually the best kind of delivery of my own material. So it's been a challenge and a positive opportunity during lockdown to try and sort of force myself, right, you know, you're going to have to do this on your own. You can't rely on your wonderful guitar playing friend to fill in with all jazzy, wonderful,
Know what you mean.
clever chords. You've just got to try and connect to the kind of maybe the kind of folk aspect of it that will allow the songs to sort of stand on their own merits.
Well, they do. So you've done a good job there.
Oh,
For sure.
I very much appreciate that. So I don't know what comes next.
But you are co-writing, and so new songs are coming. Obviously, then
There's plenty of material. It's just
you got a good mic. I can see that you got a Rode mic.
Yes.
I'm not sponsored by them, but I have them myself.
You know,
So you can record.
I had to
yourself.
switch off my central heating boiler because just sitting here in the living room, it was picking up sort of. It's so sensitive.
That's true. So
So I'm just adapting, like everyone else, adapting what is basically, you know, you're a live performer and then suddenly you're faced with this simulacra of live. So just feeling my way, not wanting to rush anything. I also think, you were saying about tips for singer-songwriters, I think never be kind of jealous of other people's success or of their journey, because you have your own journey, and you know, the right thing will happen for you at the right time. Sometimes, you know, pulling the grass doesn't make it grow any faster. So just just to allow yourself to be happy with what you're doing rather than always dissatisfied. I think that was because
I love that. Really, I'm a dog person, so I'm like, I'm melting here.
That was he's a greyhound.
Cooper, hey man.
You know, that the idea of I didn't find much joy in my kind of classical voice and in those performance settings.
Yeah.
So the most important thing also is really to keep your feet on the ground in terms of don't try and push, you know, kind of too fast, too soon. Just let things unfold and enjoy it.
Yeah, what Rebel Unit is saying, even if it doesn't happen, enjoy the ride.
Exactly.
That's true, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you got to enjoy it anyway. Well, thank you for all your wisdom as well, and the nice music.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to see you one day in real life. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, that'll be great, Ro.
I'm definitely gonna come to Glasgow at a certain point, because I've been there already once, like a long time ago, and I really enjoyed it. So
yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Make sure you have a great time.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, Rebel Unit says thanks.
Thank you.
And well, thank you from myself as well. And we'll see you in another open mic session.
Lovely.
Yeah. Okay. Have a great evening.
I'll be tuning in to tomorrow's session.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
I can't take part, but I'll certainly be tuning in. Wouldn't miss it.
It's gonna be fun. There's gonna be someone from India. I mean, we already know him. It's the guy from India, Anantu. I don't know if maybe you've never seen him play.
No, I did. That was maybe probably about a month ago.
Yeah, he moved to India, and I was like, well, that's not a problem.
Fantastic.
So he's going to be on
I actually have
tomorrow.
a shruti box, which is the Indian kind of, it's like a giant harmonium instrument, a drone instrument.
Oh, yeah.
I've written some material for that, so maybe another time I'll bring out
for sure. I love that.
shruti box.
I love that.
Fantastic.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Ro.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Thank you.